Alright guys, isn't it funny how things change? This was just going to be a bit of a mishmash video and a home tour. Then I got sent the video of the grandkids revealing their spuds, and I had so many comments and email messages about the Aminopyralid poisoning that I did a bit of digging, and I was going to put the dig well spills of beans at the beginning, all about it, but it went on a bit, so it's at the end. And at the end as well, there's a couple of stills of me at the Bartley Show last Sunday. So let's get on with it then. Okay then, let's get right into it with Kyra, Rowan and Alivia revealing their Charlotte potatoes.
Today we are harvesting our potatoes. Stop. Hey, I don't think that's me. Oh, it stopped, didn't it? Just do. That's real wedding. Oh, big one. Do that one, mate. Baby, I found two. So maybe this is pole. Yeah, go round. Let's pull this tool. Some here. Some ass. Oh, there's one here. Do a baby one. There's so many babies. There's one here. Baby one. Oh, look how tiny that one is. Look how tiny that one is.
Wow.
I know. That is the tiniest one ever. Wow. I think there's going to be more than 20. What? We planted more. What? I found another one.
Well, not bad looking spuds. Whatever they're doing something right. They even wanted to count the little ones in the total weight, which was 1.2 kilos. Pretty good. Oh, you're right guys, up the West End plot. Want to get the rest of these onions out. Now they're Shensu here and Radar up to that first yellow yarrow flower. And if I get time, I'm going to take those spuds up today and the rest of the onions amongst the weeds. They have shot up in 2 days. I can't believe it, the weeds. There's a lot of bolted. That big tall one there, look, that's bolted. And I think I'll have a quick squidge around them, and any bolted ones I'm going to put straight in the compost. By the time I've cut them down and got the core out the centre, there's not an awful lot left. Well, there we are guys, that's the Radar and Shensu onions lifted. Not a bad lot. Alright guys, I'm going to make a quick start on some of these potatoes. They're Vivaldi, I believe. I meant to look before I came out. They were just put in the ground under a little bit of compost, just pushed to one side and then covered in straw and bits of stick. So what I'm going to do, because it's spitting with rain, I'm just going to have a quick furt all round just to see what's under one of them, and come back another day I think. And they're not very, there's not much of them, but let's see what we got. Yeah, I need a fork, don't I? See other people do this and all the spuds come up with it. And I said that, one came up then. Look at this bindweed. Right, let's get rid of that. Onion. Right. I just dropped one somewhere. No, I'm going to come up with a small fork. I got a, there we are, look. Put a couple of little tiddlers. They were tiny last year on this bed as well. Yeah, I'm going to come up. I've got a fork over there, but you know, let me scab again. Yeah, I'm not going to get it all out now. I'll just come back another day and do it. Right, guys, up the leaf and ground plot. I want to get some single seed potato challenge spuds in those buckets there. But I've just glanced up. And I'm not going to have too long to do this, I don't think, because that cloud looks pretty angry to me. And it's coming my way, so here we go. I'll do what I can. You see that? Yeah. Just a little bit, well, 3 inches of the old the old compost. All I'm going to do is mix it with some living green veg and salad. And some upside down chicken manure pellets. I keep saying chicken pellets, but they're not, they're chicken manure pellets. So a bit of this, a bit of that. That is a bit dry. Just a sprinkling in the bottom. Right, there's the single seed potato cutting. It's going to go quite deep. No spuds on it just yet, and I'm not putting mycorrhizal on. I'm half of the opinion. Does it work or not? I don't know. I've planted things side by side and they come up exactly the same. So I don't know. Right, well that's one done. I don't think I brought enough compost for all 3. Here comes the rain. Do 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 do. We've got to finish though. I have to modify that last statement. Making sure not to get the chicken manure pellets wet because they stink when they're wet. I reckon that's me, guys. That's a bit damp now. Oh. Let's give it a quick wash off. Well, there we go then. What a day. Well, there you are guys. A soaking wet diggy. I'm off now. Whew. Okay guys, just taking a quick break in the showers. What I'm doing, get this sorted out first. Got a sample of that poisoned Aminopyralid, could be clopyralid, Aminopyralid poisoned compost from tomatoes. God, that was hard to get off, the roots are everywhere. Got some cress seeds, and in fact I'm going to bin these cress seeds afterwards. I'm just going to sprinkle some cress seeds on. A bit like microgreens really. That do. I'm going to put vermiculite on top just because I can't be bothered to go and get more compost. There you are, see that? Yeah. That'll do, and these should germinate in a couple of days really. Give it a good drink. Right, just going to leave it out here. Leave it here somewhere, it's all marked up ready. A quick one, wasn't it? Well, you're right guys, I'm down to the last couple of Kondors now. Still potting them on, still persevering. And this one, I don't know if you're going to pick it up on the camera. But you can't. Can you see how, well, that's how wide the pot is that way. And that's how wide the pot is that way. So I'm hoping, even though that's off a rose eye, I'm hoping that's a single potato. So I'm not going to set a tripod up, I'm just going to tip it out and have a look and then decide where to put it on. So back in a second. This one, sorry, before I go on, this one's a rose eye. It's a little bit distorted, this one. And I might take this shoot off as well. But it looks a bit healthier, that one. This one's got a bit of yellowing on the stems. Probably because it's been in the pot too long. Right, let's have a look, see what we got. Right, that one is in fact 2 little potatoes. And I've snapped another one off, third one off. So I probably won't bother with this one. That's quite big, that side, mind. Let's just stake this one off, see what it's like. Yeah, that's a smallish one. There's the cutting in there, look, the eye. This one does, let's see, another one there, look, see, loads. Oh, is that the same one? God, it's so difficult. No. I'm going to pop that one up anyway, just see what it's like. And I'll tip the other one out and show you that one as well. Well, a bit drier, this one. And a darn sight bigger potato with no other babies in there, so that's going to go in the big bag. Well, there we are then. That's the larger of the two, potted up into a veggie bag. Living green salad and veg, or veg and salad compost with added horse manure. Nothing else in that one at all. I may have to earth it up a little bit because I think the compost level will sink a little bit. And the smaller one, spent potato compost, little bit of chicken manure, and then topped up with the living green again. Fingers crossed then. I think that's about 6 now I've got. Remember I told you I cut off the tops of the Marfona. Well, there we are, and it's grown right back, that one. That's the one I haven't tipped out yet. Started growing back, so I wonder if that'll increase the size of the spuds at all. We'll see. Okay guys, just a quick look round the house, or the garden if you like. Got some lettuce, loads of lettuce waiting to go out. Still pick these leaves, mind. Still have these. Up here we have parsnip. That's the trial ones. It begins with T, but I can't remember what they are, so I'll have to write that. I'll write that up here somewhere. The carrots are St. Valerie. That's the long ones. In the back there, that's the Greek Gigantes beans. Butter beans. And on the table, the broken table that I fixed, but I bought a new table to replace that I can't be bothered to build just yet. Got loads of things. Yeah, where do we start? Well, I'll just look around really, and I'll put some notes up, anything relevant. Loads of herbs ready to go in. They're at the plot somewhere. More herbs in there. Cucamelons down there somewhere. Loads of lettuce, spring onions. They were for the show in individual pots, but they weren't big enough, so I just leave them now. More lettuce. Got a potato there chitting. Oh, it's trying to grow as well. More lettuce, mint, some thyme over the back there. More chilies. Basil. Loads of basil. Starting to flower now. In the tower we got chilies. A few herbs like parsley. Loads of strawberries at the top there. These runners are Liberty. Liberty, very good. And stepping back a bit if I can. These runners, with the volunteer tomato growing up through them, they are my giant ones. The ones near the front are the ones, the seeds that I saved from the 25-inch runner bean, and the ones at the back of the 16-inch. More things in the tower over there. Put a couple of chilies at the bottom. That's the Onivec. Put some, what do you call them? Petunias in. Lettuce at the top with more chilies. That's the NutriGrow feed I use there for all the hydroponics. More lettuce. On the left there, that's a Pico cucumber. That's the mini munch. I had a few off these. Not doing too well, but they're producing. That's what matters, I suppose. That's sugar baby watermelon there. Well, it's doubled in size since I put it in, so that's something, I suppose. Loads of beetroot down here waiting to go up the plot. Now over here, it's hard to see this, but it's hard to get the full view in with such a small garden. Got to remember these now. Show Perfection Peas that end, and Calvin and Wonder this end. I've picked most of these now, and behind them, Cucumber Market More in the grow bag in the back there. I think that's about it out the back garden. Oh, the greenhouse. Let's have a look in the greenhouse. Right, yeah. Loads of onions drying out. Shallots are dried out over there. This is the cress I sowed the other day. I left it outside, but it's getting so wet, I brought it in the greenhouse. A couple of chilies at the back. The tomatoes, that's the second sowing of Big Zac. And those three there are the first sowing. A couple more chilies over there. Bit of rubbish on the bench. Elephant garlic. More shallots. They're the smaller ones. They're the pickling shallots under here. So I'm just drying those out. Going to let them dry a bit further, then pick the ones for the show and then pick all the rest. Elephant garlic again. More onions drying out. So yeah, that's about it at the back garden. I'll go to the front quickly. It's a good time of day to do it actually, because it's so sunny in the morning. Okay, now we've got aubergine Turkish orange over here. Very small fruits on them. Weird. That's the Oshi pink tomato, and that is huge. Only one truss of flowers so far though. Look at the size of that stem. White Casper aubergine. There's one somewhere, there he is, at the back there. Just hoping that gets a bit bigger. Don't want loads of small aubergines, hardly worth the effort. Red Alert tomato in there. Like a note on the side, look, do not remove side shoots. There's only chilies and a few peppers down there in the easy to grow system. I'll tell you what, I've only topped this tank up twice this year. They're growing though, they're getting bigger, and as you can see there's some fruits on quite a few of them, and that's the only that. Oh, a bit touching the bottom there. Yeah, I'll get a few of those off. That's the Kondor I just done. That's tiger nuts, that's the ones I didn't tip out from last year, and they're growing again, so hopefully I'll have a better harvest this year. More Ishikura spring onions. Right, in here we got all my peppers, but it's been overtaken by nasturtiums. So I'm going to have to cut these down tomorrow. There's a pepper there, look. Flowering. Maybe the nasturtium's giving them a bit of protection, you know. Trial buckets of carrots for the super soil test. Some carrots in tubes there. Carrots in the veggie bag. Loads of potatoes. Over here, right, I got to thin that out a little bit. Some celery in that one, and more carrots in that one. Couple of strawberries down there, still flowering. Kondor potatoes at the end here, quite a few buckets of Kondors. I'll put these out the way at the back here. Roma tomatoes. They're starting up. Oh, another Kondor. Right, turn you around. Right, these are the Red Alert tomatoes that I grew in a trench method. Probably been a better idea to use some indeterminate tomatoes, but it didn't work. It's working. I mean, this one here is loads of fruits and laying down, mind, but I put a stick in, but they're not really playing. Middle one was laid down as well. Loads of fruits on that, in fact. Yep. And that's the one on the end that's grown traditionally standing up. So not too bad, not too bad. Some more tomatoes around the corner here. These are the Heinz's. They're Heinz 1350, but I've called them Heinz 46 because they're the ones I put in the hanging baskets instead of tomato number 46. I've got some cauliflowers in pots because I want a few decent cauliflowers this year for the shows. More peppers. These, I believe, are a citrina. I like them. A couple of things just soaking in the water bath there. I'll put them at the top. Loads of lettuce. These salad leaves are for the squirrel scouts that are coming up the allotment on Friday. Got to give them a little talk. 4 to 6 year olds. Got to give them a little talk, and then I'll give them a plant each to take home. Same with these here. Look. These are the 2 Aminopyralid tomatoes. Now, like I said, there's 2 plants in each pot. This one I've cut the offending curly leaves off, and this plant I haven't. And the same with this one, look. I haven't cut those off, but I have cut these off. Just don't see there's any difference, that's all. Oh, veggie pod. Loads in the veggie pod. Strawberries, spring onions, shallots at the back. Lettuce. What do you call them? Daikon mouli, more lettuce. Onions, shallots, onions, lettuce, tomatoes. That's those mini bells there. Some chilies in there somewhere, more lettuce and turnips. Okay, root parsley and parsley. 3 sowings of ya carrots and sweet candles in there. And there's all the tomatoes. Now this one here, I'll tell you the variety in a minute. It's grown so fast, that side shoot, that I didn't have time to pick it out. So I've let it grow on. The theory being here that we normally stop them at 4 trusses anyway. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking maybe, 2 trusses might get twice as much fruit. The tomatoes in the hanging baskets, tumbler, they're lovely, they are. I've just been picking those every day. I think that's about it around here. Yeah. These ones are the Brad's Atomic Grape. They're doing well. Gifted by Danny, I think. Yeah, they were, yeah. And that one was on the end, Big Mama. We'll go on the other side and look at that one. Well, yeah, so we've got 3 Big Mamas there and 1 above it. I might just take a couple of those off, just to see how big it will go. There's a side shoot there needs taking off. Look. Do that tomorrow. I've had enough today. Little herb, I don't know what you call it, tub. Sage, oregano, thyme, stuff like that. Dill, I love dill. Oh, smell of that when you brush past it. Right, nearly there, guys. Just a few from the Bartley Show last Sunday. What a backdrop for a show, eh? Fantastic. The castle's been in the same family for 900 years. Here we are then. These are Casablanca. First prize on the potatoes. A second with the white Lisbon spring onions. Like I said, the Ishikura weren't ready. That's the exhibition long pods. Got me a first prize there. And the Hearst green shaft peas. I tell you what, they're the tastiest peas ever. That's a Shensu onion. Got me the first. And 6. Now these are quite large Mara du Bois. And just a general look around the centre table. My jar of pickled tea eggs got the first prize, and I'll tell you what, if I had to explain how to make them once, I had to explain 20 times. That's what it's all about though, isn't it? I couldn't believe how many entries there were for the Barrow-Brith cake class. I got nowhere. A quick look at the handicrafts. And the preserve table. I picked up the odd ticket here and there for those, seconds and third. There was a school class for the best bug hotel. This was the winner. Very good. And here's my tickets and the 2 trophies. Pretty good day. And me getting the trophies from Charles Bartley himself. He was a bit upset he had to give his silverware back to me because I've been holding it for the last 3 years. Well, like I said, guys, I've been inundated with comments and emails about the Aminopyralid problem. 11 people alone on my video have commented that they've had exactly the same problem. And that's shocking. I'm just a small channel. And 11 people, you know. So you multiply that around everybody. Gordon Bennett. It's a funny story. It's Aminopyralid was banned in 2008 because of this very problem. The health and safety executive stepped in and told them to increase their labelling and their packaging and make people aware of the problem. So Dow, the manufacturer, improved their labelling, and the HSE, Health and Safety Executive, allowed it back on the market in 2009. And for a while, all of the poisonings were blamed on old stock. But it didn't stop. It carried on and it went on, and as you know, it's going on now. The Health and Safety Executive have even got a page dedicated to Aminopyralid. It just shows you how bad it is, doesn't it? So I'm going to read this because I don't want to get the words mixed up too much. And it states on the HSE website, product labels must, remember that word, must, state that manure derived from animals that grazed on grassland treated with Aminopyralid should be returned directly to the grassland, i.e. keeping it on the farm. Only grassland grazed by cattle and sheep may be treated. Must not be grazed by horses. Now there's one for you. Products are labelled with a warning that animal waste or plant material suspected of containing Aminopyralid must not, is that word again, must not be used for composting or mulching. The overall effect of these conditions should be to prevent Aminopyralid residues from leaving the farms where it has been used. Well, that ain't bloody working, is it? In addition to these restrictions, prior to sale of the product, potential purchasers are required to receive training from qualified advisors, British Agrochemicals Standard Inspection Scheme certified, so that the risks and how to prevent these are fully understood. So Joe Farmer hasn't had the training, he's using a chemical, he flogs his manure, he gives away his manure, he donates his hay to somebody, or even sells it. Shocking, really. And I mentioned must, I emphasise the word must, because in health and safety executive terms, the word must is a command. Definition, the word must. Be commanded to, be compelled to, be required to, be obliged to, be required by law to. And it's not happening. So somebody does need to be accountable for all this. Now, we've got a few more slides and things to put up now just to bring the point home. I don't want to drag on too long because what we're going to do about it, you know what I mean? So, right, this is an instruction sheet from Forefront, a herbicide with Aminopyralid, easily found on the internet. Other ones very similar, with very similar wording, but quite shockingly, a lot of them have none of this wording whatsoever. This particular page is information and warnings to the farmers themselves after they've used Aminopyralids. Now here they are telling the farmer not to plant various crops. So the farmers themselves are being told to be wary of using the Aminopyralid herbicide because it could create long-term problems. And here the farmer is being told to only use the manure or slurry on his own farm. Must stay on the farm of origin and be spread onto grassland. Under no circumstances should this manure be supplied to gardeners or allotment holders or commercial compost producers, i.e. there must be no off-farm sale or supply. Well, they say that money talks, and it obviously does, because there are farmers selling this stuff to compost manufacturers.